You're okay. Hold on.
I think it's a very difficult decision for all parents.
It's what is in the vaccine besides the actual vaccination that worries everyone.
The scientific consensus is clear. Vaccines are safe and help stop the spread of deadly diseases, but some parents still aren't convinced.
People move here a lot because of the high value that we place on independent thinking.
And maybe it's the rebel spirit that makes it like the people here choose not to vaccinate.
Some in the anti-vaccination movement see a new champion in the White House, and that's got health groups pushing back.
Pediatricians are alarmed. We got activated and we got concerned.
This is Vashon Island, where the debate over vaccines rages on.
Tell me about the mentality on the island, for people that don't really know anything about Vashon, because it's quite special, isn't it?
It is. You're welcome to show up who you are as you are. You don't need to put on a show for us. You can be weird if you're weird.
So what do you think it is about the island that kind of attracts people who are less likely to vaccinate their kids?
People are quick to not trust the powers that be and the government, and sometimes allopathic or mainstream medicine. And they're quick to believe people that have a variant view and that might happen to have be in opposition to immunization.
I think it's a very difficult decision for all parents because we live in a society that values profit over public health. And so we really have to do our own research to find how safe they are.
These children's parents want the absolute best for them. Like any medication, vaccines can cause mild and, in very rare cases, serious side effects. But the scientific consensus on them is clear. They're safe, effective, and save lives. These mums, though, are still unconvinced.
It's just more like listening to what other mothers were saying. There was a huge amount of evidence that it was harmful, even if they weren't ways that we could scientifically prove it. It was just talking from one mother to another.
This issue has caused heated debate and deep divisions in this tight-knit community. Populations are best protected against outbreaks of disease if every child who can be vaccinated is vaccinated.
There's never been any doubt that that's the right thing to do for everybody's kids, not just for our own.
It may be painful, but these shots protect against deadly diseases, including measles, which, before vaccines, used to kill hundreds of children every year in the US.
The biggest concern that we're talking about is whooping cough. If we don't immunize enough of the children in the school, then on a fairly regular basis, the whooping cough epidemics can come through and grow in the school. And then the most dangerous part is those infections can be taken home and little babies can be infected, and that can be fatal for the little babies.
In the United States, most doctors know virtually nothing about vaccines compared to what I know.
Campaigner March Twisdale is not convinced by Dr. Rota. She never vaccinated her children against whooping cough. She simply doesn't trust health authorities that insist vaccines are safe.
Doctors do not do their own research. They are heavily brainwashed when they're in school with this idea that it's just all good, and then they don't really question it themselves very much.
This is the man who wants to chair a committee for the Trump administration looking into vaccine safety. Longtime vaccine-sceptic Robert F. Kennedy Jr. met with Donald Trump after the election.
What I'm saying is, let's look at real science, and then I'll believe it. But I don't believe government officials, and I don't believe, I have to be skeptical, and we all ought to be skeptical.
The president's own scientifically unfounded comments in the past have also caused alarm. He wrongly suggested that vaccines could cause autism.
The beautiful child went to have the vaccine and came back, and a week later got a tremendous fever, got very, very sick, now is autistic.
He appealed to emotion. he appealed to fear. We know that vaccines don't cause autism, and we are concerned that statements like this could deter families from getting vaccines that we know their children deserve and need.
What are we getting to do now, Scarlett?
Back at the clinic, Leilani and Scarlett are getting over their injections. But for their parents, the greater good for the health of the island is worth their tears.